Hey, what's up guys? Stefan here. Yes, it is true. I'm leaving Logic Pro 10 for Reason 9. Well, technically it's Reason 9.5 and this is my brother's copy of Reason. He left Logic for Reason a few months back and he's been trying to get me on it ever since. But there was one big problem. With Reason, I couldn't use any of my VSTs that I've purchased. Complete 10, Antares, Waves. These are all expensive plugins, so I couldn't possibly move to a DAW that wouldn't allow me to use these. But you knew this was coming. Reason 9.5 is out, and it will now allow you to use VSTs. This is a game changer. I grew up on Reason, and I left for a few reasons. One of the main reasons was because I needed to record audio. But I'd be lying to you if I said to you that I hadn't been itching for a long time to come back to Reason. So with the release of Reason 9.5, I've taken the 30-day free trial. So I'm going to test it out for 30 days. I'm going to leave Logic just for 30 days just to test Reason 9.5 out. It's going to be so cool to use my VSTs inside of Reason, Contact especially, and I really want to see how well the Machina implements inside of Reason, how well it works with Reason, what kind of workflows we can come up with, because as you've seen from my videos, the Machina and its software doesn't really go that well with Logic. They have released an update recently, I will say that, and I haven't updated it yet. Until then, we probably can still get a good idea of how well this works inside of Reason. Reason's such a cool software and I really feel like it's underused. I mean, I could be wrong, but just from going on YouTube and seeing how many Reason videos there are compared to things like Logic and Fruity Loops and even Ableton, Reason, there's so much less, so much less content online for Reason, and that kind of speaks to how many people are using it. But it's such a great software, especially for the beat maker. Reason is really aimed towards electronic music, so hip hop, EDM, dance, whereas things like Pro Tools is aimed towards the music producer that's working in a studio recording live instruments, guitar, bass, piano, so on and so forth. And I find Logic is kind of somewhere there in the middle, where you got people that are making beats, but you also people that are recording inside of Logic, and it can do both well. But I feel like Reason and Pro Tools are on both ends of the spectrum. I find it really hard to make beats inside of Pro Tools. I know people do it, but I find the workflow for creating beats it's quite long, it's quite difficult. And I know you can record audio inside of Reason, but you can tell just from its layout, its default layout. I know you can customize it, but from its default layout you can see that the focus is mainly on the rack. It's mainly on tweaking your sounds, rewiring the rack extensions to create different effects and so on and so forth, and different workflows. It's really aimed around creating sounds, that's its power. Nothing touches it when it comes to creating sounds, in my opinion, because it is so flexible. If I have an idea and I want to do something, like even Trap Attack, when I created Trap Attack, to do that inside of Logic, it's very clunky. It was very difficult to do, but I know, I haven't even done it on Reason yet, but I know it's going to be so much easier to do it inside of Reason because of the way it works. With Logic and Pro Tools, you can see that the audio units, or the VSTs, they're hidden away. You have to press a button or click somewhere for them to appear. The arrange window is the main focus. But another thing I love about Reason is that it's so customizable, and that's where Logic really lacks, and Apple products in general really lack in being able to customize them. For instance, just the layout. It was dark grey, then they made it light grey. That's cool, but at least give us the choice to go back and forth between the two. In Reason, you can do those things. You can change the colors, you can rearrange it so it best fits your workflow. You can have your arrange window and your rack on both in full screen on two different screens, or you can slide between the two on a Mac, which is so good. But who is to say as well that you cannot use more than one software? Create the beat inside of Reason and then record audio or even mix inside of Logic or Pro Tools. You can. So over the next 30 days I really want to see how I get on with Reason, because I'm not quite leaving right now. I've given it 30 days for a free trial, but if I find that I'm making better music, or I feel it's easier to use Reason, I might just move. You know, I'll still do Logic tutorials, don't worry about that, because I'll still be using Logic. I think I'll definitely still record inside of Logic. I like Logic's recording workflow. But anyways, I'm going to be using Reason for the next 30 days to see how I get on. I'll be posting some videos as well as revisiting some of my old tracks that I made when I was 14, 15, when I was first using Reason. So that'll be so cool to check out with you guys, have some laughs, and we can see how far I've come, or how far I haven't come. Wow. That would be worse, to be honest, if the stuff was so dope and I haven't improved. But anyways, yes, Reason 9.5, you can use VSTs now, so your waves, your contact stuff, your native instruments, so on and so forth, you can use it. So if that was holding you back, download the demo of Reason 9.5, check it out, let me know your thoughts. This is not a sponsored video, but I would love to know, like, would you guys ever make the jump? Have you made the jump recently to Logic? Are there things that you dislike about Logic that you liked in your old DAW? Are there things in Logic you'd like to change that you feel you may be able to find in another DAW? Let me know in the comment section below. It's a great discussion to have. Like I said, you don't have to use one DAW. Who said you had to use one DAW? To follow me on this Reason journey, be sure to subscribe. I'll be posting weekly, sometimes twice a week, 3 times a week, who knows. But if you're subscribed and you hit the bell button, you'll be notified as soon as I post. I've been Stefan, and as always, happy beat making.